Do you
It's
remember?
October 10th. It's the third day.
Oh, right. We stopped in the middle of the day. I think we just hung out with Shinji. And, Issei.
Feel a Shinji morning experience?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We were at school. To streets. Ooh.
Oh. You go to church or go to the big bridge?
I feel like this... as much as I love doing Kotomine Kirei monologues...
Well, he's not in this one, right? He's dead. So I don't think you're gonna have
right! Bro, if he comes back from the dead and makes me do a monologue, I would be upset. The mysterious church figure appeals to me, but if we want to go to the big bridge because she's new and talk to Mitsuzuri-san...
New exclamation mark essentially mean the same thing to me. I have not deciphered a difference.
Same.
Let's, we can talk to Mitsuzuri, though.
Or if there's... Okay. So,
I think it would tell you from the
okay,
outside.
so these are our options. Okay.
You hang out of the bridge. Mitsuzuri's definitely going to be plot relevant.
Well, you say that.
Oh, I kind of echo in this room now. This is weird.
You gotta put the
I didn't really realize that I echoed until I did that. And I'm like, ooh.
You gotta put the little panels on your wall, or just
soundproofing.
Or just buy more furniture. You peasant.
What furniture am I supposed to put in my fucking office space?
You put like, a little couch.
I don't know.
You put a little. You could put a little chair and table.
You're overestimating the square footage of this office space. I think I could reach the wall on the other side with rolling my chair pretty minimally.
Listen, you're a long boy. That's valid. You're saying a one chair and TV chair isn't enough furniture? It is not.
It's fine. Anyway, time to start. Well, I just had lunch, so I guess I'll go for a walk. The #1 recreational spot in the city, the beachfront park. A must-see location for dating couples. Date? Couples? No. Not when I finally got some solitary time. I'll throw the frivolous thoughts away and just take it easy for a while. It's a sunny day, perfect for taking a nap, but should you stay out late in the afternoon, a chilly breeze is bound to remind you of the season. Ah, the joy of lazily wasting away this valuable time.
I'm her, right?
Was this me?
I think you were her?
No, I think I am, because you're the athletic one and the nerdy one.
Yeah, but you're... Oh, and you're Mitsuzuri-san in the small one. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Emiya, what a coincidence. A familiar voice. Mitsuzuri, are you skipping? What? Club activities? You say that as if I'm some kind of club freak. That said, you have to admit that you used to be a far more devoted member than I ever will be. And so you did your best to keep up with me, didn't you? Did I really try that hard? Frankly, my part-time job and house chores kept me so busy that my memories of the archery club are getting quite thin. Did I? Well, even now, I don't think any regular members go to the range more than you or me. You had your part-time job and even helped the student council for whatever reason. I always wondered, when did you actually have fun? I was thinking the same of you. I keep work and play strictly separate. I do get my share of entertainment when no one's looking. Oh. I also distinguish between studying, work, and leisure time. I wonder. Rather than on-off, you seem more like on-on-on. He lets out a refreshing laugh. Haha. Well, I did say that I try to live... Well, I did say that I try to live a full life. In reality, I'm not that good at it. Rest, work, I can't really tell. Or so I thought, but here I see Emiya, idling around as if he had a change of heart. What are you up to? A date? Meeting? Ugh. Her perceptiveness is as futile as ever. A date, though? Well, it's not like I wouldn't, but... Wait, you make it sound as if I'm Shinji or something. Haha, he plays around way too much. Although it would feel better if you were a little more like him. There's a thin line between plain shock and relief. Wait a moment, she's actually alone as well. Then I guess you're still waiting for your date. Me? With whom? And where? So you don't have anyone cute who could stand up against you? What is this? Your former self would have just nodded and left it at that. Now it sounds like I just... Oh, wait. Now it sounds like I just love seeing a girl on her way to a date, or something lovey-dovey like that. That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, does that mean you're all alone too? Just like you, but, Mitsuzuri nods a few times. And finally, as if having decided something, clap. Alright, as this is such a chance meeting, go out with me instead of Tosca. Huh? A date with you? Go shopping with me, at least. Well, it's not often that I get to see you, and having a bonehead companion ought to be alright once in a while. The response to my jumbled muttering is very much a manly answer. Actually, just like a gender-bent Issei. Brutal.
What?
As I attempt to grasp the situation, Mitsuzuri puffs up her cheeks in dissatisfaction. What, am I not good enough? No one said that. It must be so. There's always Matou, or Saber-san, or Tosaka. I guess I'm not up to par. Emiya, you've been spoiled too much. Do you even realize that? I've already lost. If you're more into the beautiful type, should I introduce you to Ryder? Wah! As soon as I mention Mitsuzuri's one weakness, she goes quiet. Perhaps I should mention that Ryder's been wanting to rent out Mitsuzuri. Hello?
Excuse me?
Hello?
I'm confused as to what's happening.
It's okay. And besides, isn't Ryder-san closer to Matou than you? I'm sure Sakura wouldn't mind. But back on topic, what's the plan for today? Date? Where?
Okay, hold on. I gotta roll back a bit. Does Mitsuzuri like Ryder?
I think that's kind of the joke we're playing off of.
Yeah, but why does Ryder want to rent out Mitsuzuri-san? What does that mean? Does she like Mitsuzuri?
I don't know what rent out means.
Is this a translation error? I'm a little confused. Okay.
I think she just wants to, like, hang out with her for a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
The conversation's taking a strange turn and needs to be forced back on track. Alright, let's see. You ought to have had a bite already, so take me out for tea. Next to the CD shop to check out some new songs, and then to the game center. You do realize I'm not accustomed to all the hustle and bustle of the game place, right? My gaming is limited to stuff like Uno or President at best. With a hint of uneasiness, Mitsuzuri lets out a theatrical sigh. Good grief. Anachronisms like you and Tosca shouldn't exist in this age. Even Matou is more or less. Oh no, Tosca's old-fashioned to a degree I can never hope to achieve. I try to object. Wouldn't my very practical ability to strip any machine down to bare metal for any repairs more than compensate for not being familiar with some consumer electronics? Say that after you've at least got a cell phone. Though I can't imagine Emiya texting either. I concur. I guess I should get one after all. Neko-san always tells me that whenever I see her too. Neko-san? Mitsuzuri looks at me quizzically. The person I work for, Fujine's old classmate.
I'm glad he cleared that up.
Ah, that lady from Copenhagen? Yeah, wouldn't you need one to keep in touch over shifts and things like that? Although I'd probably end up being called to help with all sorts of stuff outside of work. Maybe it's better if I don't. Well, it's all up to you. Just a matter of time, I bet. Mitsuzuri laughs heartily. She really seems to enjoy laughing. So, I'll make sure to teach you all about that. Be sure to bring Tosuko along, too. She'll get away, no doubt. If Tosuko were to see Coach Mitsuzuri's knowledgeable face, she'd be grumbling about it the whole day. Right, I'll teach you and Saber-san first, and then I'll say that she's the only one who's not up to date with technology. That'd probably work. And then... She lays out her brainwashing strategy, grinning broadly, nonetheless defeating Tosuko's stubbornness. I can only wish her luck, not something I would try myself. Well, that's that. But for now, let's head over to the game center. First-person game should be okay, yeah?
That's way hard.
We're back to that again. First person? Something that we could both enjoy at the game center would probably be... those shooting ones? Great, you ought to be fine there. Who knows? Maybe we won't even need the continue button. Off to the station. I'll treat you to some tea. We should at least split the bill. Mitsuzuri sets off at a brisk pace, and I have to chase after. This really is a date, isn't it? Not that I mind. Maybe I should just keep quiet. No, Emiya, cheer up. It's the first time I'm going to the game center with a guy. Oh, I know. Gotta go test punch strength, definitely. I can't help it, I'm too excited, she keeps urging me on. Perhaps calling it a date was a bit of a stretch.
Do we just date everyone this route? Hell yeah.
No. It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. There are no major events, and everyone returned to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime?
Go on patrol.
Walk, 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 walk.
Okay, I'm glad that we both were like, why would we stay in the fucking house? I love, in real life me, I would never leave. In-game me, let's go on a walk.
I am patrolling. I'm trying to see if people are dying out here. Alone. Even though my hot girlfriend has a big sword.
Oops.
I'm feeling intersection.
Well, yeah, the last time we checked this out. Oh, that was when we had that weird... Oh, does this mean we're going to go into that two-person point of view? Or we're back with being with Bazit and...
Not necessarily. We haven't the last couple times, I don't think. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong here. It's dimmer than Shinto in the distance, but if you listen carefully, you can hear sounds of activity. The sound of a passing car's engine. The ragged breath of a running silhouette. The light from a house with laughter spilling out. The heavy breathing of the running silhouette with its tongue hanging out.
Hate that.
Well then. I guess it's about time to go back and get some sleep. Alright, quick patrol.
Good work, team. We were all present and accounted for.
Hi. Oh, we got an Ilya blip or temple. That could be Caster.
Do you want you want Caster, don't you? She has a little card. Did she always have a card?
Yeah, they're like when people pop up and it's telling us who it is, they have a little card.
Oh,
but Temple's gonna take you to another area, right? And so
okay.
Like if you click on Temple, you're gonna zoom in and then we'll have a card. Oh, it is Caster. I mean, my vote's for Caster. Yeah, okay.
You just want to talk all day today by yourself?
I'm sure it'll come around. I'm finally at the Rito Temple Gate. And at the top of the long flight of stone steps. Good morning. Below the gate, somebody's busy sweeping. It wouldn't be so weird if it were one of the temple monks, but that's actually Castor of all people. Her hood down over her face. This is rather suspicious. What's up with someone like her suddenly coming out in broad daylight just to sweep the steps?
Oh my god, her little ears.
Oh my, if it isn't the boy. What brings you here today? So, even you get dragged into cleaning. It kind of caught me by surprise. Well, perhaps it shouldn't have. As one of the residents, she should clean something after all. Yes, I thought I'd tidy up the place a bit. Is there a problem? Well, in that outfit, is that alright? Other stuff, like her plain clothes she wears into town. I mean, those won't seem out of place. It would look like some random parishioner busy with sweeping. What's your point? Oh, nothing. Right, isn't there a gatekeeper? Why not ask him to sweep? Isn't assassin Sasaki Kojiro always standing by the temple gate? Ah. She lets out a theatrical sigh as if to underscore the point. If only that man had a shred of gallantry, I wouldn't have to go through all this trouble. It seems like he has free time, though. Yes, he does. I have told him many times already, at least go sweep the grounds if you have nothing to do. Good for nothing, Sponger. His only skill is his mouth.
Oh my god, look at her face!
This has gotta be assassin, right? Fuck. It's too bad I'm only a spirit with no real body of my own. I wouldn't object if you gave me an order, but would that not be contrary to your style? Adopting physical form and sweeping requires magical energy. Compare that to the amount of magical energy spent when the master herself is holding the broom. Which is greater? Need I say more? That's the crap he keeps telling me. What do you think of that, boy?
Great impersonation.
Yeah, she just crushed it.
Crushed it.
Seems like having minions can be tiring too. On top of that, Assassin's logic is impenetrable. Never mind her looks. Underneath those robes is a true old-fashioned magus that would make Tosca look like a lowly amateur in comparison. Ever frugal, she wouldn't use magical energy frivolously. Truly, it's far from inefficient to make servants materialize and do grunt work. Perhaps I should have summoned a youngster's spirit, perceptive and obedient. Just like you, boy. Castor looks me over from head to toe.
She just said you're submissive and breedable.
That's fine. She's allowed to. Whoa, my body temperature dropped for a moment just now. Wouldn't it be great to have a young guy who can cook, clean, and do laundry as a familiar? Thanks. Is she praising me or is she making fun of the fact that I'm useless as a magus? I think it's a bit of both. Castor suddenly looks up at the gate with an unpleasant expression. You listening, assassin? He's nowhere in sight, only his voice is present. That's you we're talking about, you the good-for-nothing idler that sleeps all day long. It's far less useful than even this boy right here. Get my drift? Splendid, indeed. A swordsman is not one whose services should be needed. Rather, the true samurai should be farming the fields, raising wheat. There's no arguing the fact that this boy is more useful than me. Kojiro's tone is as carefree as always, even as Castor's starting to lose it. It's hard to tell if those two are really a master and servant. Nice. Or perhaps you'd like to use a command spell.
Imagine using a command spell to get out of sweeping.
Aha! Now that's a nice expression. It's been a while since I've seen such a look on that face of yours. You've become too happy and relaxed lately, and I find it rather uninteresting. Kojiro continues to tease her. I did think that his words always had thorns in them, but he's taking it to a whole new level with Castor. That's all right. Just keep doing your job as a doorman. The original idea was to demote you to a janitor if you don't do your work properly. Right. I'll devote my whole self to this duty. Kojiro's voice stops. It's hard to interject when they're fighting. Like that, boy. Do you understand now? Clear as day. Do you need a hand? It kind of bothers me, so I asked. Did I just say something entirely unexpected? I had a hunch for a while now, boy. You really can't tell what's going around you, can you? Say you do help me. Now, Saber, who's already treating me like a sworn enemy, will be boiling with rage, no? Saber won't get mad if I just help with sweeping. Sweeping up the stairs all the way to the bottom would be quite tedious, right? So... You need help? I ask. It's not like I have anything else to do, and a bit of help isn't enough to invoke heaven's wrath upon me. Castor sighs again. Ah, that lass sure found herself a handy apprentice. That lass? Tosaka? She sure orders me around. Ah, it'd be best if I refuse. Shirase find us going at it together, we're bound to have another quarrel. I see. Too bad. It just can't be helped if it's you, boy. Now, had it been Soichiro-sama, it would be a completely different story. Kuzuki-sensei with a broom, sweeping silently without a word. Somehow, it's really easy to imagine. And with Castor by his side, a wife doing her husband's bidding. A classic scene. Sarcastic laughter emerges from the top of the gate. Just what are you laughing at, assassin? That, exactly that. Soichiro-sama this, Soichiro-sama that. The way you're enamored with the man almost makes me sick. Good thing I have a bucket handy. Balderdash! And what's this about being enamored? I will not let you insult Soichiro-sama in this manner. Oh dear, excuse me for being a hooligan who doesn't know how to serve his master properly. I haven't the slightest clue on how to treat the master of my master. Get down here, assassin. I have a few things to tell you this time. Oh, that's fine with me, but your sweeping's about to stall there, correct? I will leave the part in front of the gate to you. Time is precious and I'm very busy. I still need to mop the floor in the main temple. Today's the cleaning day, is it? Mopping the main temple floor has got to be a pretty big task. I'll make sure to catch Issei and suggest that we tackle it together. Get your ass down here! Don't be hasty. Looks like I'm not needed here. With a light nod, I pass through the gate and step onto the temple grounds.
Incredible.
Good scene. Good scene. Oh, I have been doing a lot of talking this round. We might as well keep the temple going, right?
Cast her S tier wife. I didn't realize she had one tight sleeve and one poofy sleeve. And I'm glad that now that she doesn't have her hood on the whole time. We just get all the ears just going up and down.
Oh, her ears going down when she gets... It's so good. Castor is an S tier wife.
This is the best day ever!
We don't have a voice for you. Do you want to do young Gil since you do old Gil?
Yes!
Okay.
What does young Gil sound like? He's just like
a little boy.
He's just a little kid.
He's a kid.
I don't know. You know, sometimes people say I sound like a little boy regardless, so it's kind of hard for me to tell.
Like older than Ilya sounding, I think, because Ilya kind of baby talks.
Ilya baby talks. I am a young Gil. Minerva. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard that. She screamed right in the microphone. Okay. Child Gil in stream? No. Oh, look at his little cargo pants. I love him so much. Like what the
I don't. They're not camo, but like.
Yeah. He's just got ancient text written across his pants and his top.
His shirt just says like "fuck the police."
Yeah. I love him. Okay. Well, we think this is him starting this. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's odd. It should be somewhere around here. If I can't find it, maybe that means I should just give up. Whenever there was something really hard to find, something stupid always happened the moment I got my hands on it.
There's a lone child here. A gorgeous looking boy with hair that looked like it was made of gold ingots and eyes red as rubies. I guess we gotta voice Kid Gil with Prisma Ilya.
Yeah, but he just, like, all the kids sound the same to me. So it's kind of like Ilya, but, like, not as, like, high. And I don't know how to make that low.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're like, Ilya talks like a little girl. And then you want to be like Gil, so you talk like a little boy. Talk like a little boy.
Dude, like an angry Ilya voice.
I'm mad.
The boy is walking around the grounds. Maybe he'd lost something.
Hello, nice weather today, isn't it, Oni-san?
He called out to me in a good-natured manner. Yeah, hello.
Hi, nice to see you. As I thought, you're an honest person, Oni-san. I like that about you. Please do your best with that honesty from here on as well.
And with that, the blonde-haired child walked off. Nani?
Nani?
What?
It's still too soon for you to come here. When you know my name and you find something that seems to be important, something good may happen if you go to the back of the temple at the same time.
Took off with a light pace.
Sorry, you guys are hearing my phone disconnect and reconnects. My USB cord is terrible.
But even though his footsteps sounded light, his speed was equal to that of a hound. What the heck is going on? There's a Rito temple in the early afternoon. And something mysterious had happened. Alright, well, he gives a little clue.
In the beginning animation thing, we see Gil on the bridge, so I kept thinking we'd see him on the bridge, so him showing up here made me really happy.
That is where I remember seeing it. I wonder if that's where we have to go to, like, learn his name.
Probably.
He said to come back here after. Does that count as a... Well, did it transition already? It did, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to check our flags thing and see if that counts? Like, clues count? I'm just curious what goes in that menu. Oh, Lancer's answer?
On the night of the 4th day, you have to find out what's going on.
Is today the 4th day?
I don't remember. I think we're in the third day?
Alright, I'm not sure.
Exit menu.
It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner is already over. There are no major events, and everyone returned to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime?
Yes!
Oh, we have to go out for a walk. Alone.
It's like we don't have any friends.
This might be the 4th day.
Uh-oh.
It forcing us outside makes me feel like there's danger. The moment I decide to go outside, I begin to feel sick. Is it a premonition or fear of something I already know? It's time to go, yet this fear is slowly creeping in on me. Now then, I have to see what's going on in town. Struggling to stay on my feet, I reach for the door handle. One last time. Looking back just once to make sure the image of the room as I leave it stays firmly in my mind.
Don't like that.
It was a freezing cold night. The moment I went outside, it felt like I'd been thrown into a different world. The house was the only source of definite reality, while the rest of Fuyuki was an unsteady illusion. You! Go away, you! Go away, you! Go away! Hear the panting of wild beasts in the mist. There isn't a single sign of human presence in town. I don't know who's behind it, but whoever it is, he's finally making his move. Kill you, kill you, kill you! There's not a single human. This is just like a world where everything's extinct. The house before me is in shambles. A broken door. Shattered windows. A yard smeared with blood. Should I look inside? I will find the scene of a dissection. This is all very strange. Especially the fact there's not a single piece of flesh to be found anywhere. Yet the course of events that transpired here is painfully clear. Emotions I've never experienced before excite my brain. Anger and hatred mixed together in just the right proportions. I hate this mass murderer that I haven't even seen yet. Can't see, I can't see anything. Who are you? What the hell are you? I trace the reverberating panting. The soundless howling is directed at me. A barrage coming from every direction, hostility and pleading, hatred and envy. I feel sick down in my stomach. Hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you! The howling changes into roaring. It's hard to believe, yet there's no doubt. The source of the howling is crouching in front of me. What the... This thing... I know I've seen it before, yet my memory fails me. Just a little more. The moment the clock strikes midnight, somebody will tell me and I'll remember. The thing howls again, making a screeching sound. A frequency outside my hearing range. A howl for sure, but in a voice that no human could hear. You think only you will be saved? The beast raises its head. Its eyes lock onto me and it comes crawling towards me, its claws screeching against the ground. I jump backwards to avoid it. A wild swipe of the beast's claws. If I get hit by that guillotine of a claw, I'm as good as dead. I'm better than I was back then, though. This is mere child's play compared to the beating saber it bestows upon me. Even with no chance of hitting me, the beast is relentless. Its arms, swinging more violently with every blow, make it seem like there's no end to its vitality. Only you, only you, only you! The stream of undulations it showered me with only added to this darkness. I shouldn't have... I could have let it keep going, but I counterattacked out of fear. I moved sideways to dodge the claws and kicked its wide open side with all my might. I knew it. It wasn't that much of a threat. The unidentified beast coughs painfully on its floor, is unable to get up. Grant. Hey, if you can understand what I'm saying, answer me. Are you the one that did this to Fuyuki? But that can't be right. Should they happen to meet this creature, most people would be dead without as much as a fight. But that's limited only to small areas. This thing can't empty out the whole town in just 1 hour. Grant. You don't get it, do you? I ain't asking you that. What I want to know is what the hell are you? I was going to finish. Huh? I realize that my surroundings are now flooded with these beasts.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's kind of a lot. A choir of resentment sings in unity. The whole park is crawling with them. Damn it, with this many, 20 minutes, let alone an hour, should be more than enough to clean up the town. The tsunami steadily closes in on me. It reminds me of ants swarming over a corpse, or a person thrown into Buddhist hell's mountain of needles. Those claws will tear me limb from limb. My body, eyeballs, skull, everything will be skewered. I start praying. Even though what's about to come is inevitable. Grant. Oh, shut the hell up. If you're gonna kill me, just do it. Repeating yourselves like idiots. If you have something to say, just spit it. Don't you understand? They're asking you to grant our wish. Oh, new voice.
Oh, no.
Reflexively, I raise my head. A beautiful voice, resounding with silver tones.
Sure don't think I can do that.
Is it saying I should do this one?
No, isn't this one of the girls I'm supposed to take on?
Maybe. Right in the middle of a world buried in asts. In beasts. It didn't rap. It was weird.
In a world covered in asts.
That was the start of it all. You. I know her. I know this woman. But that would be an hour later. There's just no consistency to this. It's frustrating. I have all the pieces to the puzzle, but... Oh, this is her.
Do we know what she sounds like?
She sounds beautiful with a silvery tone.
Fuck, dude! But you failed. It looks like you came here too early.
The horde of beasts is approaching. There is no escape. Death is upon me. Oh well, even if I do manage to run away, the same thing will happen again.
Begone, sinner. There is no place left for you to stay.
A prayer-like ultimatum. Her eyelids finally close, and Emiyashiro is taken apart by the gospel-singing chorus of beasts.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit, we died. And so did everyone in town.
Yo, how do we do this when we can't go back?
A cluster of malice continues to spread. Bear with it. On the night of October 11th, Fuyuki met its end by a mountain of piled-up corpses.
Bad end restart. Like, restart?
You just do it again. So if you like go to the streets, there'll be shit that we've done before. So we are starting again from October 8th.
Which is the first day.
If you like go to our flags, we still remember things happening.
Right. Like, I understand that, but does that mean that, like, we need to talk to Ladyface again?
They won't say new if we've done it before. It'll just be like the card on its own.
Oh, I see. Okay. So what do we do now?
I don't know. Talk to Taiga, or
You want to just go to
there's someone at school. Oh, right. We have to commit to going to school. Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, okay.
So, like,
yeah.
last time we talked to Issei.
Oh, right, because we did this the last time where we ended up committing to go to school and then staying. Okay, well, I just talked to her there.
Oh, good. You can talk. Good morning, Fujimura-sensei.
Morning, how's everyone doing?
A relaxed morning greeting that does not befit a teacher. Well, it is Fujine after all. Looking sharp really isn't like her, so it would bother me if she did. I'm not bothered, but I probably should be.
What is it? Something bothering you, Shiro?
Fujine noticed me inclining my head in doubt. Here, we're strictly teacher and student, but it's just before homeroom and class hasn't started yet. Oh, nothing. I was just thinking you seem the same as ever.
Are you trying to say that I don't look like a teacher, Emiya-kun?
I wouldn't go that far, but no, there's nothing in particular bothering me right now. We see each other all the time and know each other's problems all too well. In that sense, you could even call it an ideal teacher-student relationship where nothing needs to be hidden. Well, no, you couldn't. Being like siblings is a bit too close.
Shiro, you've got to start taking things more seriously.
Huh? Did I do something?
See? It's not long till you graduate, and you're still playing around, aren't you? That's no good. No good at all. As your teacher, I'm concerned. Very concerned.
Fujine keeps lamenting, but she doesn't sound very serious. I suppose that's why students find her easy to approach for all sorts of advice. It's one of her virtues.
Shiro, you should rely on your homeroom teacher too and ask me for advice.
Like tonight's dinner menu?
Meat would be great. Yep, lots of fat and protein in those steaks.
Early morning at school, and this is what we end up discussing? All of a sudden, a figure walks past like a shadow. I guess it's probably me if I'm saying sensei, right? Good morning, Kuzuki-sensei.
Am I Kuzuki too? I think so.
Yeah, because I was caster.
Good morning.
That's gotta be Taiga, maybe?
Alright, you already said good morning. Good morning.
This is Kuzuki, the strict ethics teacher. It's said that students admire him more with every year they spend in the school, and I was no exception. As I went into my third year, I began to appreciate his style.
Fujimura-sensei, about this month's arrangements.
I guess they do refer to each other as sensei.
The preparations for the cultural festival and exams, right? Oh, what did they decide about the date for the regular teachers' meeting? It is this evening. There's also the matter of guidance counseling for the third-year students. I see. Career choice is definitely tough, but the students respect you well.
Fujine is holding a very professional conversation.
You're like, what the fuck?
I almost instinctively rub my eyes to make sure I'm not dreaming.
No, I'm not quite as popular as you are, Fujimura-sensei. That's not true. Look, Emiya-kun's expression says it all.
Don't just dump it on me. But I can't horse around like usual in front of Kuzuki. I believe you're a teacher I can rely on, Kuzuki-sensei.
I see. I will try to live up to that trust. Excuse me.
Kuzuki heads toward the classroom. The moment his slim figure disappears down the hallway, the two of us breathe a collective sigh of relief, and she pats me on the shoulder.
Really, Cheryl? Acting like a good kid all of a sudden?
And you, stop acting innocent all of a sudden. I mean, you sure can pull it off, though.
What's with that tone? You aren't lumping me up with the delinquent girls, are you? Delinquent girl? Girly?
The idea of being called a girl apparently pleases her, so she repeats it a few times. Definitely. But if I was raised by a delinquent, wouldn't that make me one? Two? Looks like we wasted all the pre-homeroom time on this.
It's almost time. I'm sure you're not a delinquent. All right, to the classroom.
We should just about make it this time.
Ah!
She dashes forward with an odd battle cry. No way.
Oh, where is this? I couldn't find the backdrop screen. Digimon, thanks for the sub! Where's my horns? My favorite thing about having emoji horns on my stream deck is that sometimes when I'm at home, my cats will walk over my stream deck and actually push the button, and the emoji horns will still go off. Which is a wild time for me.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
What happened to the serious teacher just now?
Hey, you'll be late if you don't make it, Emiya-kun!
Delinquent or not, get your own identity sorted out first.
Oh, right, because we hung out with Issei and
Shinji
already.
Can I refill my drink real quick?
I guess.
I stopped by the archery dojo. During the lunch break, Sakura does the preparations for club activities here.
Hello, Senpai.
Just as I thought, the new archery club captain was already hard at work.
That's me.
Yo, on the job even at lunchtime?
Thank you for the reminder. I didn't change the scene. Awkward.
Good call, Digimon.
No, not really. I only came here to eat lunch today.
I see. I thought it's about time for the upcoming tournament practice. I've heard that at the champion schools, even at lunchtime, they take their bows and try to fill up the training logs. The archery club at Homurahara isn't normally that strict, but that can't be said about this season.
That's right. It's about time for the fall tournament.
Mitsuzuri told me a lot about it last year, too, like how we weren't sufficiently represented.
I certainly could have done better, but I think we're set to go pretty far this year. The freshmen do have some skill among them.
From the rumors I've heard, she's probably talking about Mitsuzuri's younger brother. At any rate, Sakura's smile looks promising. Oh, by the way, do you always eat lunch here?
Yes, managing the dojo is my job. Besides, I also keep the key.
Good job. So... Sakura's lunchbox is, well, that sure is an awful lot of food for just one person.
Why don't you come in and join me for lunch, Senpai?
Is that alright? Did you bring enough for me too?
Yes, I prepared enough for you as well. You came here just as I was thinking about inviting you over here, so I'm glad.
That helps. Well then, I'll gladly take up your offer. God, imagine making 2 lunches just to invite somebody to lunch. Like, what if they say no?
Also, like...
What do you do with your second lunch?
Yeah, she was already in the place where she wanted to have lunch, and he doesn't have a cell phone. Like, girl, how were you going to invite him to lunch? You literally were just like, maybe he'll show up and I'll have enough food.
She just, knowing Sakura, she probably just does this every day.
Oh, no.
And he's like, oh, you know, I was just about to invite you, and so that's why I made some for you.
Oh, no, it's probably true. Okay, then please come in. Have you ever been that down bad you made double meals every day?
Sure is nice and cool here in the fall.
Unlike the windswept roof, there are walls on 3 sides. It's just perfect. Now then.
I sit on the plank floor at the back of the dojo. We might have flipped those. Who cares? It's my first time having lunch here. Seems that Mitsuzuri and Tosuke often drink tea here, though.
I'll bring you a floor cushion.
No, it's fine. A former club member sitting here comfortably on a cushion would certainly get laughed at by Mitsuzuri and the others.
Oh, alright. But you're a guest, so it should be okay.
Sakura's the current captain. There's no way I'll sit on one while she's around. Yet she still keeps on fidgeting and won't settle down.
How about the referee seat, Senpai?
It's kind of odd to be having a meal on that tatami. Here's fine.
Right, then, let's eat.
Sitting down on the floor beside me, Sakura passes me the lunchbox. Oh, there's a lot of food in here. Thanks for the lunch. I'm always getting favors from you.
Oh no, it's no big deal, really.
Picking up my chopsticks, I open the box. Salmon on top of white rice and chicken stew, distinctly Japanese style.
Sorry, there were a lot of leftover ingredients after breakfast.
Imagine, this girl's like, I made lunch for you, and you go and it's your leftover breakfast. Like, oh, cool. Like, thanks, I guess, for bringing it to school for me.
Well, apparently you didn't fucking bring it to school. Would it be funnier if you left? You're like, damn, there's no food at home. This sucks. And then you get to school, and this girl's been packing double lunches.
She's just throwing away a you-sized meal every single day.
He's like, damn, we spent so much money on groceries, and for what? You think Saber's at home just fucking packing food in for no reason?
Probably also true. Oh, no, that's only to be expected seeing how busy you are. Wouldn't be the first time eating the same thing for breakfast and lunch either. After getting off my part-time job, I was exhausted and usually didn't have the energy to fix something different for lunch. All of that changed when Sakura came. Fujine probably wouldn't realize she's eating the same thing 3 times a day.
Really? I thought Fujimura-sensei was rather picky about those things.
Fujine is mainly concerned about whether she can fill her stomach or not.
Oh right, I should make a lunchbox for her sometimes too, shouldn't I?
No. She'd be happy, no doubt, but it's best not to spoil her. If it becomes a habit, the old story might repeat itself.
If you have it rough too, don't you, Senpai?
I nodded as I chewed thoroughly on the sweet salmon, still full of flavor despite being chilled. With a Japanese-style lunchbox this good, Sakura's cooking is exceeding all expectations.
Ryder should really learn to make lunch too.
Oh. Ryder should really learn to make lunch too.
I don't know. If I said something, she'd silently do it for me, but it would just be like an obligation. It wouldn't seem very fun. It would be great if Ryder could cook with me, but I do learn the most from you, Senpai.
Looks like Sakura thought she hurt my feelings and is trying to hide it with a smile. It's fine. Even with 3 people in the kitchen, it'll work out somehow.
3 people in the kitchen?
Continuing to consume my respective lunches, I suddenly noticed something. Could it be? Sakura, did you mix up the boxes by chance?
Huh? Really? But the chopsticks are in there.
I guess. I just had a feeling that your box is bigger. It may be because it was on top of Sakura's small thighs, but her lunchbox looked really large.
Why would you say it like that? But even if I were to mix them up, they're the same.
Both the size and contents? That must be why it looked bigger. Wait, but then...
Is this me?
I don't know.
I thought it was you.
I thought you would eat a lot less.
But if you had the same amount as I did, wouldn't you get hungry in the afternoon? That's why.
I see, but even then, isn't that a lot?
Bro, you call me fat, I'll fucking fight you.
Her lunch had at least 80% more than the amount I had.
It's normal. Normal! I can totally eat this much.
Normal. I see, so that's normal. I often hear about girls skipping lunch entirely, but...
Yeah, I guess I'm always exercising, and so I can eat a lot.
Huh. So the secret to losing weight isn't cutting back on what you eat, but rather using more energy. Wait, but it doesn't really seem like Sakura's worried about that. In fact...
And also, I'm still a growing girl!
Sakura's still growing. When she tells me something like that, it makes me wonder what part of her she's referring to.
Stop!
Without realizing it, I stopped moving my chopsticks and looked down. This is not good. This fantasy is not appropriate for a sacred archery dojo.
Yeah, he's thinking about her fucking titties. Senpai, was the salt on the salmon too strong?
Oh no, it's delicious. Your cooking is great. I was just thinking a little bit about what you said, you know? About you still growing. You know, I was just thinking if you can really get taller at this age.
You're a lot taller than you were a long time ago, right, Senpai? So you probably still can, right?
I'd like to be taller, but there's no way to train myself for it, so I guess there's nothing I can do.
He said I can't train for it, so I don't know, I guess. You worry about it too much, even the way you are right now. You're still reliable. I feel like I can depend on you, Senpai.
It's a blatant flattery, but I'm still glad to hear it. Right now, there's nothing I can do but stay focused. If I become strong enough to lift Sakura up with one arm, maybe I'd be able to accept her compliments sincerely. It's a high bar, dude.
A man said, I'm going to lift. Would you like me to pour you some tea?
Oh, yes, please. We still have time, so why don't we have a short rest before going back?
Alright, senpai. You think she has bagel bite nipples?
I think if you click on this, it'll be like, do you want to skip? Oh, it's just after 9 p.m. Dinner's already over. There are no major events today, and everyone's returned to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime? There is one place we didn't walk to yet.
Yeah. Now I feel like the exclamation points are important.
Well, they probably keep us alive more, but like, how much are you trying to speedrun this?
You know what? That's valid. Why would we speedrun it? We could have lots of fun playing video games.
That's how I
together. As a family.
There doesn't seem to be anything wrong here. Even though there isn't a single person out in the streets, I can hear the sound of family conversations inside. The streets are calm and quiet, perfect for a late-night stroll under the moonlight. Everything's fine here. On to the next one, I guess. And leave the Japanese-style residential district. Oh. On the way back, I catch a person's silhouette out of the corner of my eye. What leaves a bit of an impression on me is that it looks as thin as origami. There are no clues in Miyama. Let us cross the bridge and continue investigating in Shinto.
Is this game designed to make you fail in order to succeed?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think you can pass that first 4th day. Maybe you can. But I think you just need to get too many clues.
I see. To the streets! To the bridge!
I think we can cross the bridge at night now if we go explore. Is what that meant, but I'm sure it popped up as a flag.
I don't think I can see the flags on the screen. I can indeed.
End of 4 days popped out of as a flag.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just hang out Saber at the harbor, I guess. Is this a little boat? Oh, it was a little horn. I get it.
Probably Saber?
Probably?
I've been looking at the ocean.
Saber looks back and says so. Nice. There's nothing else to see. I came here on a whim, and the first figure I saw was Saber's. An ultramarine skirt with a white blouse and that shining blonde hair. Even from far away, I knew it was Saber. Like the only blonde person in town. But when I walked over to her side, I found myself unable to speak to her. Her first time on the seashore? Probably not. Since she's gazing so far in the distance, I just wound up thinking that. Yeah, no way. Saber's hometown must have been on the coast, too.
The sea in this country is calm, Shiro.
Yeah, because we're inland. If you go farther out, it does get rougher. That is, on a peninsula that's breaking up the Pacific Ocean's Kuroshio current, as if rushing towards the rough waters of the Sea of Japan. That must be one magnificent sight. Taking her to a place like that sounds like a dream.
In my hometown, when the wind raged, the sea bristled like the manes of 1,000 galloping white horses. Or, if you were to gaze at the faraway land from atop a white cliff, you would see a long coast shrouded in mist, running as far as the eye can see.
It is early in the fall, a calm day, yet Saber's words somehow brought that scenery to my mind. Nothing like the docile ocean in front of us, but something harsh and solemn. I steal a glance at Saber's face. Her talk of her hometown leaves some sort of bittersweet taste in the air.
Had peace come to my country, I would have liked to see foreign countries by ship. Knights from the continent often spoke of the golden plains of Gaul, the green hills of Hibernia, where the people of Ire reside, Or perhaps the distant lands from the songs that the bards weave, our flag flying high above. I would have liked to see the cultures not yet known with my very own eyes.
I have no words to answer her with. I have no right to speak of dreams she couldn't realize. Those are the kind of things that came to my mind. I've been blessed.
I think this might be me monologuing.
Oh. Yes. I think you're right. Carry on.
Those are the kind of things that come to my mind. I have been blessed, having the chance to gaze in the distance like this with fond memories, not regrets. A miracle must be at work. I think of that old country and connect its memory to the land where you live, Shiro.
Saber turns around. The sea breeze envelops her arms like a blessing.
This place is warm, as if gently embracing me. They say that your home on Earth is where you make it. I want to show you my hometown as well someday, Shiro. Centuries have gone past, but I want to believe that those green hills still retain the spirit of my era.
Hope that resembles envy. Just as before, I cannot find the right words to say.
Shiro, what is wrong? You have a pained look on your face. Is it something I have said that troubles you?
That's not it. It's just that this is the first time you've talked about your hometown like this. The town that Saber spoke of has a sweet smell of fantasy and green grass. The town that Tabor topo. What if I were abroad telling the story of the town of Fuyuki? What would it smell like? I start pondering. Home is where the heart is. Wasn't that how that saying goes?
I do not know whose words those are, but I do know the feeling. You cannot truly understand where you belong until you leave.
Ah, that's... I feel like I've heard something like this before. Just like breaking something you haven't really valued before. In exchange for the regret that you can't turn it back to the way it was, you realize just how important it was to you. You don't understand until you leave, huh? But how should I put it? Having grown up in this town, living here now is just all too natural. No matter where I go, I think I would always want to come back here in the end.
Yes, and I feel the truth lies beneath those words, Shiro. While you think of your hometown in a foreign country, your heart will stay here, and that is the way it should be, for a hometown means the same to everyone.
I nod at Saber's words. There's not a single person who doesn't love the land they were born and raised in. Bold statement. Even if they don't have any clear feelings of affection for it, it's a subconscious instinct that's difficult to defy. However, even then, there are also those rare souls that cannot exist without hating it. It must be the sun. I feel a bit dizzy. Since we're going to meet Saber at the harbor, I end up pondering about hometowns and things completely outside of my character. Time for a change pace. Oh, by the way, you like fish, don't you, Saber?
And topic change. Yes, with a few specific exceptions. Is there a fish market at this harbor by chance?
There isn't, sadly. Ah, but it sure would be nice to taste the season with some sari and yuzu.
That is the spirit of this nation, yes?
Thus, the menu for tonight has been decided. I'd love to get some nice fatty ones, but, well, this season's fish is great no matter what. And in the end, you could say that's the cook's job to dry out the true flavor. Still, the one time you actually want to see the guy who spends all his days fishing, he's not here.
I'm looking forward to it, Shiro.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Is there anywhere you want to stop by?
No, nowhere in particular. It is about time we go back.
Urged on by Saber, I leave the harbor behind. The sea breeze pushes at my back from beyond the horizon. I wonder if even the wind from a faraway foreign country blowing over this land will be able to return to its birthplace one day. Shiro leaves the harbor like, do you think wind can go home?
What? Sorry?
Oh, shit. I'd like steer out of harbor, like, do you think wind can go home?
He's having a good time.
I want to look at the wallpaper.
Listen, as a side note, I think thighs for scale is hilarious.
Sakura has small thighs, which means this box must be
Big.
big. You wanna save and look at the wallpapers?
We'd have to go we'd have to get all the way out because you can only save and exit. So I'd have to like relaunch the game.
Oh.
So we should do it at the very end.
Okay. We can hang out at home. We can go to the temple, or we can talk to Sakura.
If we. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Who's in our
What's
house?
in our house? Doesn't necessarily mean like someone we've never met, I think. It just means like we don't know who it is.
Right. Okay, so we've got mystery person in temple, mystery person at home, and then Sakura at her house.
Is the back of the temple just like where Gil said to go once you knew him or whatever? Like, are we just gonna get booted out of here because he's like, you're not ready?
Probably. I don't remember. I was blacked out from happiness, so I don't really remember what he said.
Go home. We haven't really killed at our house much at all.
Go find the fucking stranger in our yard.
And I'm trying to keep my kneecaps in this 4-day period. Fall is upon us, and its telltale sign, fallen leaves are scattered all over the yard. No matter how beautiful the scenery might look, they need to be swept up eventually. And now that I think about it, today would be a good time as any to do it.
I'm glad our side adventure was to fucking do yard work.
I guess that does it. Thought the whole yard might be a bit much for one person, but moving quickly wasn't all that tiring. Saber's training wears me out far quicker. Well, I did sweep them all up, and now what? I stare at the huge pile that now prominently occupies a corner of the yard. Tomorrow isn't a burnable garbage day yet, and it's difficult to store it all. Besides, for all the effort that went to sweeping up all the leaves and twigs, it feels like a waste to just throw them out. Well, it's the season after all. Fortunately, everything I need is here. We did it a few times when Kiritugu was still around. It's been a while, so maybe I'll give it a try. Fucking lit them all on fire?
What, you know, like, isn't there rules about burning leaves in your yard?
I mean, there is here. But I also live in a fucking fire hazard, so...
Yeah, does anybody know anything about laws about burning leaves in Japan? Thanks.
Yeah, it's a little deep research than I want to do. But...
Yeah, right? Okay.
Good. Seems I haven't forgotten it yet. I burned the leaves and baked the sweet potatoes I had in the kitchen.
Two birds, one stone.
Now I just need to keep an eye on the bonfire and wait. As the time comes, I take out the potatoes wrapped in aluminum foil. Even with gloves, they're searing hot. Baked potatoes, no doubt. I stuff my cheeks with sweet potatoes all alone. Sure, they're finger-looking good.
I want to talk to whoever translated this.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the Japanese for finger-licking good? Yeah, I'm sure. I think he just wrapped them in aluminum foil and put a stick in it and put it over the fire.
Oh, yeah. That's like a normal thing that they do. Usually they have, like, potato carts.
And that's a normal thing that we do, right? Like, that's just camping.
Yeah, but I think it's just like... I don't know. Yeah. It's hot. You just put them in aluminum foil. They're not going to burn. You can't...
What do you think a stove is?
Yeah. Don't make me to be Digimon.
You, like, cook food with the heat? Sorry.
You're in timeout, sir. Can you
sure, they're finger-looking good. But sitting in front of the bonfire, eating all by myself feels kind of lonely. Of course, it just had to be now, when no one else is in the house. Smoke rises from the remains of the bonfire in front of me, slowly drifting into the sky. Should be nice to bring someone along next time. Oh.
Yeah. Wow, it was just us hanging out in our backyard by ourselves.
You can just skip this line. I mean, I can read it every time if you want to, but it's the same every time. Oh, we want to try crossing the bridge? We should try crossing the bridge.
There's no questions here. It's Jake said, we're gonna go cross the fucking bridge.
I just remember this scene.
Oh, I clicked, oh.
You gotta get the bridge.
Okay.
Crossing the bridge, I head over to Shinto. There's nobody on the pedestrian walkway at this hour. Tonight, with no cars on the roadway, the sound of the breeze from the sea echoes around me. This is becoming more and more like a rehash of what happened 6 months ago. Back then, too, I went with Saber and Tosco to Shinto, didn't I? Not a single word exchanged between us, anxious at being led to some unknown place, but at the same time, welcoming the new adventure. But how do I feel now? Everyone knows there's something strange going on. What's weird is that not knowing what's right or wrong. I've settled into the reopened Holy Grail War. Well, I don't mind not having random people trying to pick a fight for no reason. There's no reason to fight. Therefore, there's no risk of dying.
Famous last words.
Mutual hatred and spite that causes ruin, however. Yeah. An instant. I probably could not comprehend what happened until the very end. I collapse on the railing. Streams of blood and life force are gushing out of me. Nothing can save me now. This is a lethal wound, almost the same as instant death. Unconsciously, my dying eyes grab onto the image. No reason to fight, no fear of death, huh? His eyes scorn me for this foolishness. Son of a... Saying nothing, he knocked the fatal arrow. Unable to dodge or block, instant death already assured, the second arrow came. Got fucking sniped by Archer.
Did you know this would happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you wanted this to happen?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Dead bridge. Red Shinto's blocked by snipers. No choice but to defeat this enemy.
Bro, why does Tosca got her bay on the fucking bridge? Get out of here! Oh my god. I love that you were like...
He didn't have his coat on either.
You're like, I just wanna...
I think it's in special. I said. Maybe it's not on the first page. Ooh. Hashimoto Takashi, is that?
Oh shit, you want you want the square screen sizes?
Oh shit.
Just set it as wallpaper. Oh, this one's nice. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff that I didn't know.
Takeuchi arts. Hashimoto Takashi has done key animation for One Piece and Soul Eater. Bunch of shit.
I love that you know this.
Like
how cute they are. Oh.
I think this is one of the ones we got from the store, isn't it?
Is it? It might be.
Oh man, I think that one. Oh, on page 3, in the top right. I think this was my wallpaper for not a short period of time.
You said yes, that bitch. I do have quite a few written wallpapers through.
Look at that territory.
Yeah, I have quite a few written wallpapers through Wallpaper Engine that are really cool. Do you think we have money?
Probably. You playing? Oh, just kidding. We have $0.
Oh my god. As long as we keep dying. When I got that copyright strike on the first video, I thought it was gonna be the shrine music, and I was gonna be so fucking tilted. Yeah, I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then it was the fucking cutscene.
Thank God. All right, back to the first day.
All right, you want to talk to Fujimura in our own house?
Yeah, I think that's our only option, unless something new popped up.
Well, if we hit streets, we can't go back to our house. I don't think.
I think we can from the streets.
yeah,
we just
from
can't go to school.
Right, okay.
Well then. I have some spare time, so let's clean up the room. I don't have a lot of stuff, so it shouldn't take too long. Based on this picture, there's nothing. Or so I think. Day by day, the amount of stuff is mysteriously increasing. As if rabbits started breeding junk in here whenever I look away. Rabbits, mice, whatever.
Yeah, what stuff do you have, my guy?
I know the source of this influx. I know, but I can't do anything about it.
Is Saber filling his room with plushies?
Well, let's start with some vacuuming. However, once I get the vacuum cleaner out, I spontaneously get the urge to clean the neighboring rooms, then other rooms, and so on. In the end, I'll only be satisfied after cleaning the entire main wing. Cleaning is really relaxing. Gotta be careful and stop at the right time. As I'm advancing forward with the roar of the vacuum cleaner. Stuff is piling up. Wait, the culprit is discovered. As I was wondering what kind of junk she'd bring today.
Oh, what you doing, Shiro?
Thought I'd clean up a bit.
Okay, then I'll leave it to you.
Now, just wait a moment. Don't just drop off boxes of junk in my room and escape. What is that, Fujine?
Huh? Oh, you know, Shiro, I just thought you might need it for winter hibernation.
I'm not the kind of creature that can do a handy thing like that. Besides, random junk isn't very useful when preparing for hibernation. Fujine, my room happens to be neither a nest nor some kind of beaver's dam, or should I say a crow's nest.
Now that you mention it, that does seem to be so. But you shouldn't underestimate the crows nowadays, you know? They're wild animals with an insurmountable will to live. They even make nests on laundry hangers.
Really? Even on laundry hangers? That sounds like quite a feat. I guess crows are quite clever, or rather, their ability to adapt is quite impressive. Well, anyhow. My room isn't meant to be storage space. Even the garden storehouse is being converted into a junkyard with Fujine's involvement. No way I'm going to let her personal storage space expand this far. If you want to make a nest, do it at your own house, please. Could it be that you're the one preparing to hibernate in my room, Fujine?
Maybe. Do tigers hibernate too?
That would be bears. I have a feeling that tigers don't. If they do, she'd probably be preparing to follow suit, wouldn't she? Well, knowing her, she'd at least fake it no problem.
Huh, that sounds nice. Hibernating animals, nothing but sleep all winter long. I'm a little envious.
Hibernation, you say? That's when they have to eat lots in autumn, then become all skin and bones by spring.
Wait till you drop in the fall, when the skies are clear and horses grow stout, so to speak. Then don't you have to be on a diet in spring? Wow, this is what's called positive thinking. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, I fucked up. Yeah. I saw the double quotes and I got confused. That last line's yours.
Oh, you're right. Wow, this is what's called positive thinking.
I'm starting to like the idea of hibernation even more.
What about your job, huh?
A standard winter hibernation holiday. Wait, there isn't one?
She could just use up the paid vacation time for winter break. I imagine getting paid vacation as a teacher. Then get addicted to the joys of life under a kotatsu and become a social derelict.
A little mood.
So, Fujine, it looks like a cardboard persimmon box, but what kind of junk is inside?
Huh? Persimmons, of course. What else?
Well, okay. Or not. Really? Is it really persimmons?
It was quite a chore carrying them all the way here.
Wait, why in my room?
The kitchen is cramped as it is, so I was looking for better storage. If I leave it in a place that no one sees, though, they'll just spoil and go to waste, you know? So then I thought, hey, Shiro's room would just be perfect.
Huh, I see. But weren't you dropping mandarins and watermelons and whatnot all over the living room before?
Well, yeah, but now Saberton and Sakura-chan are also here. It'd be kind of bad to make a mess.
It's great that you're concerned about it, actually, but why doesn't your sympathy apply to me? Why, you... I dropped the vacuum cleaner in a corner and opened the box. Inside, there is a stack of shiny persimmons.
If Shiro's going to hibernate, he'll definitely need food, I thought.
Well, no, I'm not... Is this another gift from the Fujimura group?
Yep, and we still have a pile this big.
Sounds like quite a big load must have come in. What's up with that? They're setting enough fruit for a seasonal marketplace, I think. Looks like another item with a story behind it from Old Man Raiga. With this much, we could even put some out to dry under the leaves outside. Maybe you said that?
I think so. Now that we've seen the second line, I feel more confident that I am the first line. With this much, we could even put some out to dry under the eaves outside.
You only make dried persimmons out of astringent ones, and sending those raw, what kind of a dumb joke would that be? Anyway, here we have 2 boxes of persimmons. Picking one up, I notice it's ripe and quite soft. It'll go to waste if we don't eat these quickly.
Yeah, don't you think so? Persimmons in the morning, persimmons for lunch, persimmons at night. It's a persimmon feast. So I thought I'd be a one-of-a-kind Oni-chan and share the fruits of fall with you, Shiro.
Don't you mean dump the leftovers here? But the persimmons themselves aren't bad. In fact, these are really pretty good. Yeah, it would be a real shame just to let them rot.
But shouldn't it be alright? Just summon everyone for help and it'll be gone in a second.
We had a quota for mandarins, but now it's persimmons. And I suppose the peaches and pears were gone quickly. I recall all the fruit that our household has gone through. We do have more consumers than we did 6 months ago, so I suppose it should be gone quickly.
And I'm ready for mandarins and apples next. Sounds like Sabertime would eat a lot too. Oh shit.
I think it goes to you.
Okay,
Sure,
yeah.
wouldn't say Saber-chan.
That's true.
Apples and persimmons can be used as ingredients, so we'll figure something out. Anyway, let's put this someplace else. It's difficult to clean up with these in the way. There's an empty room in the north wing. I guess we can put them in the hallway around there.
$1 for hibernate.
I told you I don't need that much. Here, you too.
Alright. I have to Google persimmons because I don't actually know what they look like.
They look like little oranges almost.
I was thinking them... Okay, this is not the fruit that I was imagining in my head. What do they taste like?
I don't know.
Are they popular here? Anyone know anything about persimmons? What do persimmons taste like, Google?
My knowledge of persimmons is pretty exclusively in Hollow Ataraxia.
Persimmons have this beautifully delicate flavor that almost has a cantaloupe quality to it, both in color and sweetness. I sure would not eat those then.
It says it's honey-like and it's similar to like an apricot, but skin's a bit tougher than an apple's.
Okay, that sounds way better than a cantaloupe fruit.
Oh, wait. This one has a... Hold on.
Are you lying to me?
Persimmons taste like no other fruit. They have a silky, slippery texture and taste kind of like the fabulous fruity love child of a mango and a roasted sweet pepper with some cinnamon in the background.
Interesting. I think I need a new charging cable. I like moved my phone a little bit and it was like...
This is one of those voices I can't hear, which is cool. I guess we've never been out in the middle of the day, huh? We're always in school right now. On the 8th.
Oh, that's true. But now we've already seen...
Yeah, it's just temple time. Oh. Exclamation mark on the grounds. How unusual. Caster standing still, lost in a reverie. Perfect timing. There's no one else around, so I should try asking about the restarted Holy Grail War. Oh, we are trying to ask everyone about this. That makes sense. She's settled down now, but the precedent of her setting up a magic barrier in the middle of town still exists. I don't think it's possible, but I should at least make sure she hasn't been plotting anything lately. Caster, can I talk to you for a moment?
Hey, you gonna suck anybody's blood out of their body with a giant casted spell?
She lifts her heavy hood back and glances coldly at me. What is it? Since it's you who's talking to me, I doubt it's anything good. I feel like she's on guard. Well, now she's relatively friendly, but now it's almost as if she's reverted back to how she was half a year ago. Whether it's good or bad is up to you. I'm going to be blunt. Are you doing anything behind the scenes lately? You doing any plotting? Any schemes going on?
Any murders, you know, cash?
You know, going back to old habits after all the stress of having to deal with an... What? Abstemious temple lifestyle?
Google, what's this? Define abstemious. Not self-indulgent, especially when eating and drinking.
The description, we only had a bottle. Very abstemious of you.
The fucking, you find a fucking thesaurus? Is he studying? Like, where did he pull this word from? Who translated this?
Which translator was like, abstemious is the best word for this?
A teenage boy would absolutely know this word.
Like, humble also just works here, right?
Humble is
like,
a way better word.
Very abstemious temple lifestyle.
Bro, I can't wait for the next time I get to use, I get to say abstemious instead of fucking humble.
Bitch, be abstemious. Sit down. The atmosphere is quite serious, so I try to ask it peacefully, in a way that doesn't provoke her. You asked some interesting questions, boy. Talking to me in a place like this, really. Do you want to be killed and buried where no one will ever find you, I wonder? My mistake. May I ask whether you've noticed anything odd in town recently? A much better question. I'm sorry, my spine froze. The unnatural smile that I assumed had disappeared over the past 6 months is still there. I should have expected no less from the top tactician of all the servants. I'm terribly sorry. You should have just said that from the beginning. I'm not at all stressed right now, incidentally. That statement's like a drunkard declaring his sobriety. Is the Rito Temple really okay, I wonder? I see. Well, occasional exercise is good for you. You know, marathons, going up and down the temple stairs, training in the Ironsburn Forest. I'm pretty sure there's 1 or 2 spots in the forest that Caster could use as training grounds, and Berserker's probably liable to come and help as a hypothetical enemy. Thank you for your consideration, but I have no need to go into the forest. I can do some light exercise here, too. The one running around would probably be you, not me, though. This is bad. It seems Caster and I just don't get along. At this rate, it may become a repeat of the events half a year ago, so I have to make this quick. Then let's talk about Stress Leaf again some other time. So, about the town. I haven't seen anything. I know there's something odd about the town, but the purpose of origin behind it is unknown to me. Either way, it doesn't interest me. I see. Well, I didn't think you'd figure it out right away, but... If I ask Caster for help, there's a chance I could investigate what's going on. The Holy Grail War restarted. All the servants still in this world. And also, this feeling of deja vu that I can't quite grasp. Well, leaving that aside, I take it you're not part of this, right? Correct. Whether you believe me or not is up to you, though. I believe you, Caster. You may be scheming something, but I don't think you'd lie. Actually, servants generally don't lie. I guess that's being noble or fair in a way. Alright, so you have no interest in the current situation. That means you don't intend to fight the other servants, right? Of course. Wasting magical energy when there's nothing to gain from its behavior unbefitting a magus. Surely even you. No, I suppose you don't have that kind of sense, do you, boy? She chuckles. I'm being made fun of, but I don't feel bad about it at all. After all, there were only cheerful sounds in Castor's voice. But even so, it seems Castor has no interest in investigating the situation. It almost looks as if she likes it. Alright, I get it. So this means you're not going to do anything, right? Yes. Sorry, boy. I won't intervene at all. If you want to search for the one who restarted the Holy Grail War, go look on your own. Well, that's how it'll be. Oh my, you sure took that well. I thought you would bow down and beg me to help. Even I won't ask for the impossible. Castor, you just don't feel like it, do you? If that's the case, I'll do it myself. And if I really can't, I'll be back and we'll see who holds out longer. Judging by how she resisted, all I'd have to do is beg her for help until she complies. Huh? Perhaps she just wasn't expecting it, or maybe she'd been having fun planning on ways to turn me down. Castor has a disappointed look on her face. Are you alright? Did you get a death by enfeeblement curse cast on you? Oh, is this her? I was surprised that she was asking if we were okay, but the cursing seems castery.
I think this is her.
Are you alright? Did you get a death by enfeeblement curse cast on you without realizing it or something? This isn't like you. What happened to that tenacity of yours? I should have expected it from this unusual witch. The level of concern here is one grade higher than Tosca. Actually, if she ever does decide she wants to rob me of motivation, I hope she just settles it with a suggestion spell that makes me apathetic or something. I couldn't stand withering away and dying just to make me less enthusiastic. Well, leaving that aside. I haven't had a curse cast on me. There's no one but you who could do that anyway. More importantly, I'm just an eyesore to you, aren't I? I wasn't being sarcastic, I just said what I was thinking. Once again, Castor looks taken aback. This time she looks even more defenseless. Honestly, I wonder what you're going to say and you just state the obvious. Yes, to be honest, you are an eyesore. After all, you are the victor and we are the defeated. Even when all is calm, it's hard to forget the humiliation of defeat. Moreover, I can't relax when you're around. The winner of the Holy Grail War, that immature sense of justice you possess, both of those are things I don't want to see when I'm in a bad mood. Castor's hostility is genuine. She honestly thinks I'm a bother. But wait. It almost sounds as if she views me as an enemy, not of herself, but of something else entirely. Since I uncharacteristically picked up on this, I respond to her hostile remarks with an understanding nod. For now, I'll take things in stride. Take care, boy. Sometimes when I see you on your own, I think about crushing you once and for all. However, as long as Saber's around, it's impossible. Liar. You aren't the type to be lenient just because you're afraid of Saber taking revenge. The reason you won't act out is because there's something more important. That may be, for example, the tranquil life at Ryoto Temple. Say what you will. Just remember, if you become even a little less pure of a human being, that's when I will give you your just desserts without mercy. If you ever start hating yourself enough that you want to die, then give in to your greed and depravity. I'll do you a favor and kill you with enchantments. The witch grins. As I thought, when we're alone together, we're not compatible. Even though I'm not interested, I've already been given what sounded like a declaration of war. Maybe I should get going. Oh, could you tell me one more thing? The town right now, there's no damage being done to it, right? So is it possible for it to get worse? No, there's no damage, and no, it won't get worse. I can guarantee it. That's right. This is all but a short dream. Nothing will happen, and it will all go back to normal. That's good, then. Let's continue the investigation. Just knowing that Castor isn't doing anything and that she doesn't plan to get involved is good enough.
I feel like I don't believe her.
Bye then. I'll try to catch you in a better mood next time. Please do. I want to avoid having both Saber and Ryder as my enemies. Also, I have a piece of advice for you. Be a good boy and don't go near the church at night, okay? The opponent there is not something you can handle. She raises her hood back up and leaves. Ah, could it be that the reason she was showing me her face was some kind of courtesy? Ominous.
I'm gonna hate that for us.
It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner is already over. There are no major events. It is also 7 or 9:51. Do we want to do another scene? Do you want to call it?
I think we have time for another scene.
Okay.
I feel like we rarely end up in a scenario where it lasts more than 9 minutes.
Yeah, probably not.
We're going
we
for
can
a walk, right?
Well, we don't have any more. I have walks to do.
Oh, right.
We can
can't cross
get
the
sniped
street.
at the bridge again. Hanging out around town. Oh, is the storage room going to be us practicing?
Probably.
The shed. You can do a little shed to end the night with.
Love shed time.
Shove some hot rods into our spine.
Is that what
I've
we
come
call
out to
it?
the storehouse. I don't have anything that needs to be repaired right away, but I came anyway because I felt like it. I sit cross-legged on my usual seat and survey my surroundings, not doing anything in particular. Now then, I've been here long enough. I couldn't really think of anything to do out here either. Guess I'll go back to my room and sleep. But, why am I coming to the storehouse at night? Okay.
See, I told you we had plenty of time.
True, true. Oh, I think we have to eat a scene here. I do think you can also just hit afternoon at the top. And it'll skip ahead instead of like clicking on one.
Oh, right. Mysterious figure or Sakura. But you think that the...
Mysterious figure might just be Gil kicking us out, but it also might not be.
So is that where we want to go?
Sure.
Small chance at Saber. Or, Caster.
I go out to the hills behind the temple. The mountain range spread out beneath reminds me of the pure strength of nature. Beyond it lies the forest of the Einsburns. When I think of that, the landscape I'm so familiar with suddenly feels like the scenery of a foreign country. I've brought myself here many times. I'm used to seeing the sights of nature here, so it shouldn't be particularly...
Sorry, you cut out.
I've brought myself here many times. I'm used to seeing the sights of nature here, so it shouldn't be particularly impressive to me. Bright sunlight makes me squint. The scenery tugging at my chest makes me squint. Whatever caused this change in mental state right now, the serenity of the surrounding puts me at ease. Should I loosen up and relax, I could end up gazing at the mountains until the stars come out. No, now isn't the time for that. I should save the sunbathing for another time. When winter break comes, everything will be covered in snow, so we should have another camp next summer or something instead. I bet no one would mind having a picnic here either. Next year, huh? Well, patience is a virtue. What happens until then will be another story. Getting up and stretching my back, I leisurely leave the graveyard behind me.
Wow. We had a whole existential crisis. We're making so much progress in 7 minutes.
Sure. Hanging out. All right.
Oh.
Now then, speaking of things to ask Saber about. Gotta get our Saber talk in. I really don't feel like it, but it's something I have to ask about at least once. What does Saber think about the restarted Holy Grail War? Reminding myself not to get sentimental, to the best of my ability, I call out to the other side of the sliding door.
My thoughts regarding the situation?
Yeah, it's been a while since the last time we talked one-on-one like this. I thought I'd ask about it.
I would not mind, however. Will anything I say really help you find more clues? Well, I would be happy to be of any help to you, Shiro.
Alright, even if you can, I just came to have a chat. I don't need an authoritative opinion. I'd just like to hear what you have to say.
Oh, my thoughts? Is it?
Yes, I wouldn't mind hearing things like what the plan might be from now on, who looks suspicious, and so on. Tell me what you think about all this. What's unusual about it? What you'd like to do from now on? A brief pause. It doesn't look like she's thinking about it too deeply, just gathering her thoughts. The silence makes me a little anxious and hopeful. Maybe Saber can point out something I haven't noticed.
Right. I do not understand why the Holy Grail War was restarted. However, since the battle was begun once again, victory must be ensured. I will not allow my master to be defeated.
Ugh, that sure brings back memories.
He's like, ah, this shit again. Yes, I gave it a try on purpose. It is a sort of prayer for your certain victory, Shiro. No, that's less like a prayer and... She put her hand up,
No.
man. It was really confusing.
That's less like a prayer and more like lighting a fire under me. To a casual observer, that would look like no less than a threat.
That is all I have to say. As long as there is no disturbance, I will remain as I am now. But should someone bear their fangs, I shall strike them down. If we servants are the cause of this misfortune, then we shall bring that misfortune down upon the enemy. Just like you said, Jiro, to be a force that easily protects others.
Those were Saber's thoughts. Just like me, her position is to defend the peace. I'm glad to hear that, no question about it, but there's still a fundamental problem we're overlooking. Yeah, I think I'm fine with the strategy. But Saber, do you think this state of affairs is right?
Huh? Surely it goes without saying. Seeing as the Holy Grail War has been restarted, we cannot jump to any conclusions.
That's right. If everyone gets riled up like they did half a year ago, there'll be trouble. Well, there's no Holy Grail, though, so there should be no reason for anyone to get competitive. Either way. I just wanted to hear what's right or wrong from Saber herself.
Indeed, there is not. We destroyed the Holy Grail. I can say that much is certain. I cannot forget how we climbed up that long flight of stone steps together on the final night. We did that? Together?
Well, not in the Heaven's Feel route, but in one of them.
Somewhere.
I think it's just the steps to the temple, right? So I think we probably did that on Route 1 and 2.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we got separated right after, but we're able to meet up again in the end. Isn't that how it went? Though we both had trouble with our respective opponents.
Yes, me with the King of Heroes, and you, Shiro, with that priest. And after that, I destroyed the Holy Grail with Rin's command spell. This is the narrative we
That's the Fate route.
Right.
Because that's the one where she gets captured by Castor in the wedding outfit.
Oh,
and
right.
then Rin takes the command seals. And then, because in the Unlimited Blade Works, we fight Gilgamesh.
Yes, 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 yes.
And so if we're fighting Kirei at the temple and Saber's on our side, it has to be Fate. That was the conclusion of the events of over half a year ago. I guess that's the only way Saber could have fought alongside me and still stayed in Fuyuki.
Shiro, what is wrong? You have a strange expression on your face. Is it odd to think that servants would not fight with each other without the Holy Grail present?
Oh no, I think that's about right. Well, I should investigate the matter with the others as well, to judge if there's any danger. I've confirmed Saber's opinion. Next, I should talk to the other servants as soon as possible.
Shiro, what is it? Are you going to the washroom?
No, now that I've heard everything, I'm calling it a day for tonight. Sorry for keeping you busy.
Huh, yes. Good night, Shiro. It is not late yet, but you do seem to be tired.
Yeah, good night to you too, Saber. After the short exchange, I close the sliding door. It's completely dark outside. Peering through the window, I look up at the deformed moon. Yeah, thanks for that awfully convenient story. My voice slips out absent-mindedly, as if lured by the moon. It was still a fulfilling time, even if I didn't learn anything new. Well then, time to go back and get some sleep. Odd.